How's it going, guys? Coach Javi here. Welcome back to the channel. Look at the new setup. I got a brand new microphone. I'm recording on a brand new camera that doesn't give me a time limit, so I can record podcasts for as long as I want without having to stop it, start it. As you can see, I'm wearing the fresh new kit. You can tell by the title of this video, Coach Javi is coming out of retirement. I'm not really at the highest level, but I have decided to play in a competitive league once again, and this team is called Sporting Detroit. It's a lower level MPSL team, Michigan Premier Soccer League, and the head coach is the one, the only George Chamakoff from Champion Grind. So I knew I had to sign with the team. In my contract, I put captaincy, medium-sized jersey, because apparently they were out of mediums by the time I joined the team. What I figured I'd do is I could start a series where I can break down my performance in different positions, maybe, and just kind of give you guys some tips and what goes on in my head when I'm playing these positions from the perspective of someone who has coached or is coaching at a high level. So a lot of players ask me what they need to do in specific positions. That's what we're going to do right now. Today's video, Coach Javi is going to start in the center mid, center of the park. Andrea Pirlo, Sergio Busquets, the number 6. The holding center mid. So there's a few things that I do want to highlight specifically from when you're playing in this position if you're a center mid. The first one is the recognition of space. Where is the space around you and where is the space going to be? So how can you figure that out early so that you can exploit the space when you get the ball? The other thing is playing in the gaps. Ideally, you want to be able to receive the ball past lines of pressure. So if there's forwards in front of you, you want to try and receive the ball in behind so that when you turn and when you're able to go forward, you don't have to still beat one entire line of defenders, but you've already beaten them with the pass that you receive. The third one is facilitating play. Especially as center mid, you cannot lose the ball. If you lose the ball too much, you're not going to be playing that position for very long. So facilitating play, how can you make it easy? And how can you control the midfield for your team? Because if you can control the midfield, chances are you're going to have more possession of the ball and a better chance of winning. And then the last one is just quick movement of the ball. So again, with the third one, facilitating play, get the ball, move it, don't fanny about. 2 touches, 3 touches, and just make it easier for your teammates. So with that said, shall we get straight into it? Yes, we should. Oh, by the way, before we get into it, if you haven't followed the team, Sporting Detroit, right here, wearing the jersey, thought it'd be appropriate. Go follow them on social media, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, because they'll post the games and the videos of the games. So make sure you go follow them and tell them that Coach Javi sent you. We're trying to get our subscriber count up. All right, we're trying to get our subscriber count up. So yeah, let's get straight into it. So we're gonna start off with the kickoff. You'll be seeing me as the center mid, number 19. Coach Javi, get on the ball, son. Give me the ball. Give me some touches. Playing it, facilitating play. Right away, you can see I check my shoulder just to look for the spaces, and immediately I'm trying to get in behind one of those lines of pressure. So as the back line has the ball, can I get the ball in behind? So I do, but I can't turn, so I have to play it back, keep it simple, and now the team has to switch play. So watch my movement as we shift the ball. I'm staying in behind those lines because I know that I'm not going to get the ball right away anyway. So I'm trying to create space, just trying to get into good positions, create space for my teammates. So in this one, you'll see I'm going to use a little bit of a hand gesture here and just asking for the ball in behind that front line. So you want to be able to play in through the gap. So I'm getting in a good position. I know my teammate is facing me, giving him a little hand gesture to let him know that I want the ball so that when he plays me the pass, boom, I can turn right away. I've checked my shoulder. I know what's behind me, and I know that I'm behind one entire line. So now there's 4 players that we've just passed with one single pass. Now, as soon as I get the ball, I see the runner. I play him the pass. It was a good pass, but he was a little bit off sides. But just from the beginning, right away, I'm trying to play in behind those gaps. And what was that, 2 touches? 2 touches. 2 touches max. Like I said, facilitate play, move the ball quickly. Next clip. I'm already in a good space. The ball pops up. Little dummy there to get the ball. Quick little footwork because I noticed the guy's going to come and try to step, and then I play this pass, and it was a bad pass. So this is one of the things that I did wrong in this specific scenario. What I should have realized as soon as I created space and I got the ball, that all the defenders were dropping. So my guy is still 5 yards behind that back line. If I'm trying to play that pass, they're going to be able to easily cut it off because they've got some space in behind and they've dropped off completely. Because Coach Javi does make bad decisions. He does mess up every once in a while. And I try to force the play. Don't force the play. Keep it simple. If they've dropped off, take your space, dribble a little bit, or just find the next pass close to you. So it's not always about staying in the center mid. In this next clip, I decided that there was a player already in the middle. I didn't want to stay in that space because I felt like it was covered. So instead, I went out wide. And just look at my body shape in this one when I receive this pass. So I'm not receiving facing backwards, but I try to receive on that first touch, facing forward. And now I can have a look and with one touch, I'm already going in the direction that I want to play. All right. So this one is just going off that point of facilitating play, making play easy for your team. I noticed that my defender gets the ball and he wants to go forward, and I'm just telling him to relax. I'm telling him to calm down, relax. We don't need to go forward. Give me the ball. Give it to Coach Javi's feet, and we're going to play out of the back, and we're going to keep it simple. So I get the ball, and then I play it out wide. And as I play that ball, I'm trying to go in and support play. So you see me continue my run. I don't just stay there and watch what happens. But then I also get into a good defensive position, so when he does lose the ball, if he does lose the ball, I'm there to recover. So he loses the ball, but I drop in, I'm there to recover, and unfortunately we gave away a foul. Coach Javi said some mean things to the referee, was on the borderline of getting a yellow card there, but didn't get it that time. Next clip, getting into that space, popping into the center mid. Watch as I check my shoulder right before I receive this pass. Check my shoulder, quick check, boom. I know where I can go, I know where I need to go. Okay, so especially as a center mid, when you receive the ball, your first look should always be to go forward. If you can go forward and break lines of pressure, that's what you want to do. If you can't, that's okay. You play it back, we reset play, we move it side to side. But if you can go forward, especially as soon as you get the ball in the middle, that's going to be a very, very dangerous pass. All right, so building out of the back, very, very important as a center mid. You have to be able to do your job. When the ball goes back to the center back, this is your cue. So he takes his touch and he's facing forward. When he gets to the wide player, when he gets to the outside back of the fullback, if he's not facing forward, you're probably not going to be able to get the ball because he's going to go back to his center back. But when the center back gets the ball and he takes his touch forward, that's when you can check in. So the moment I see that, I check into that space. I check my shoulder for a split second, just really quickly, just to see if there's another opposing player right next to me. And I'm also looking at my other center mid. So I can see Joe on the other side. I receive that pass. When a guy comes and closes me down, because he hasn't pressed and because I created that space by checking in, I'm going to bait him a little bit, wait until he gets there, and then I'm going to play it diagonally to Joe, and now we're in behind. Okay, now Joe's dribbling through the middle, and now he's got options. We can play it out wide, and now we're building out of the back effectively. So that's what you want to do as a center mid. Okay, check into the space at the right time. Don't check in too early, but don't come in too late either. Wait for the cues. In that case, it was the center back, receiving, facing forward. And then also look at your surroundings. So when I checked my shoulder, I saw where Joe was, I saw where the rest of the players were, and I made a pass. Same thing on the next play though. Same exact thing. The center back gets the ball. I'm checking into space. He's taking a little bit longer than I would have liked, but I think it's because he's baiting some of the defenders. So the players start coming towards him. Once he baits one of the defenders, pops it into the space, I can turn quickly and I can play it out wide. Because I checked my shoulder again and I saw how much time I had on the ball, I was able to turn. I just want to highlight the importance of playing in between the gaps and playing in between the lines, because a lot of players are so anxious to come in and get the ball that they don't realize that if they just be patient, they trust their teammates, and they stay in the gaps and behind the lines, it's going to make it so much easier to play that next pass because you've already broken some pressure. So I think the video's gone on long enough. You guys get the idea of kind of what I wanted to get across. That was only the first half. Second half was pretty much the exact same thing. So I don't want to overload you with the exact same concept, but I gave you guys a few clips there so you guys can see what goes on in my head, what goes on from a coach's perspective, and why I made the decisions that I made. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't 100% passing accuracy. And if you make smart decisions a lot more often than you make bad decisions, you're going to be a good player. So that's it for this video, guys. If there's any topics that you guys want me to break down, make sure you guys leave that in the comment section, and I'll do my best to break it down and give you guys the perspective from a coach so that you guys can see kind of what a coach is wanting from their players. And it's different. It varies from coach to coach, but there's a lot of concepts and a lot of principles that are going to be the same regardless of where you're playing or what team you're playing at or what level you're playing at. So if you guys like this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, make sure you go ahead and subscribe. Let's get Coach Javi to 1 million. And until next time, adios, muchachos. By the way, do you like the new setup? Do you like the podcast? Do you like the jersey? Make sure you go ahead and copy your own, sportingdetroit.com. Make sure you follow us on social media.